Hello, friends. I am here to draw some clothing with you. I will be mostly just demonstrating what I do when I'm drawing clothing. I figured tonight's a great night to just sit and chill and draw. Draw whatever you need to draw right now. But yeah, thanks for joining me, and let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'm just going to turn the music up and we're just going to chill. Gotta decide what I want to draw next. HD Animation, hi! Welcome! Glad you're here. Oh, so good to hear from you. I am doing well. It is the Christmas holiday season, so loving that. I just love all the Christmas decor and the Christmas cookies. And maybe the music is too loud, but yes, I'm doing well. And I'm excited to be drawing more and releasing more videos, and it's been really good. And I hope you are all doing well as well. I feel like I just need to make this canvas bigger. I just have the random shoe, the foot, just sitting there. Maybe it's fine, maybe it's not. I don't know. Oh, this year went by so fast. So fast. It feels like it was just the beginning of this year. I was making all my New Year's resolutions for this year, which I have not reached all of them, but that's okay. And now here we are. It's almost 2024 somehow. Don't understand how, but we're here. Wow, I think I'm drawing this arm pretty weirdly. You know what? I'm going to come back to that hand. Nobody wants to draw hands. Also, yeah, I am going to absolutely just redo this whole thing. Oh yeah, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to make up a pose instead because I don't like how her hands are anyway. So ha ha ha. Looks kind of wonky, but mostly good. The shading on the sweater. Yes, I have basically just, here, let me turn the music down. But the shading on the sweater is layers, different layers with different opacity here. And then I have this layer of the color, not really color, but a value. And then the shading there. And it's nice too to have like some of those highlighted pieces like here, because that kind of gives it more depth, you know? But yeah, drawing clothes is really hard, and it's definitely something I've practiced a lot. So I recommend practicing a lot, and then you'll get better and feel better about drawing clothes. And now I love drawing clothes. I used to not love drawing clothing or people at all, but now I love it because, I've practiced so much and I feel more confident with it. And I feel like I've said this a lot to people, but like, I love drawing shoelaces. There's something about drawing shoelaces that's really therapeutic to me. And so that's probably one of my favorite pieces of clothing to draw is just shoes and shoelaces. And I have a personal problem with buying too many sneakers and boots. So, yeah, draw what you love, they say. Pinterest is the best library. I always gather sketchbook ideas in Pinterest, like any sort of reference, because usually, like whether it be clothing or like landscapes or something that I want to draw. Wow, that's really, 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 really dark. I'm changing that. But Pinterest is great because you can always find something kind of like aesthetically pleasing, if that makes sense. And so, yeah, I always have lots of folders in Pinterest for things I want to draw. And then when you don't know what to draw, you can just open up your Pinterest folders and be like, yep, this is what I'm going to draw right now. But yeah, let me show you just how I'm coloring things, sort of. Not that I need to color that part necessarily, but it's just nice to, on these kind of like sketchy sketchbook pages, to give some shading. So then I just fill it in with a different opacity, and that's it. Do you have a sketchbook dedicated to shoes and boots? No, I do not have an entire sketchbook dedicated to shoes and boots, although I easily could, because I would fill that up very quickly, I'm sure. I have no doubt that I would immediately just fill that completely up. Yeah, maybe that's the challenge for 2024. Make an entire sketchbook with just sketches of boots and shoes. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea, Colin. I don't even know if I like all of this shading, but I'm doing it anyway. At least on these shoes. Use a lighter color then. Lighter value. I keep saying color. I'm not coloring. I'm just giving them value, a different shade. But I'm not actually shading it right now. I'm just kind of making it look like there are different values to it. But is there any article of clothing that is most difficult for you guys to draw? If anyone has one that they really struggle with. If I had to choose any article of clothing that is the hardest, it's probably like really, really flowy material. I guess that's not a specific article of clothing, but the flowier it gets, the more challenging it gets. And I don't know how loud the music was when I had it on, but just want to make sure y'all can hear me too. Have I done any recent fan art? No, not as much. I mean, I had a great urge to draw Varian again the other day, which I might do. But no fan art recently. Aside from the Inktober sketch of Over the Garden Wall Boys, which I did. And you can find me drawing this on the Inktober playlist. And I am drawing the Over the Garden Wall Boys the very last day of Inktober. So yeah, this was probably my latest fan art piece that I did. And yeah, so I guess I didn't really draw fan art in all of November because it's December already. I feel like it was just October, but yes, Colin, like a scarf in the wind. That kind of really flowy fabric is a challenge. And maybe I can find something in here that's kind of flowier and we can try it and see how it looks. But we'll see. It's like stiffer material like jeans, like denim, that's actually easier for some reason. But it's that flowy stuff that is a challenge. And HC Animation, if you have any recommendations for fan art that I should be drawing, let me know. I will definitely oblige at some point here. Now it's going to look kind of weird when I do that. I just want this whole like sketchbook page to kind of look cohesive. So if I can just have this blend out, I should say, that would be best. I recently been obsessed with an animated show called Murder Drones, which has inspired me to draw a lot. Well, I've literally never heard of that. Is it a Western animation or anime? Murder Drones. I'm intrigued by the title. Looking pretty good. Okay, so we have more information on Murder Drones. It's an independent animation series done by Glitch Productions and created by Liam Vickers. Well, gonna have to take a look at that. Gotta pick something else to draw. Part of me was thinking this dress, but it's also kind of overall-ish. I have a lot of overalls in here, apparently. Apparently I like them. I do. Let's try this really flowy skirt, because like I just said, flowy things are hard. And we try to draw challenging things here, because that's how we grow as artists. So let's give it a shot. Oh, it's a YouTube animated series. Even better. That's really cool. I love little independent stuff because it usually just has, you know, a different kind of heart to it. Not that the people who make big budget stuff don't have heart, obviously. They do, and they put a lot of time and effort into it. No matter who you are or what company you are, animation just takes so much time that you have to care a lot about it to make animated content. But yeah, when it's like small indie like that, it's super cool. There we go. That's the first step. We got it's just like all of the little wrinkles and things, which, you know, is a challenge. And it's like I did the outline first and then went in and looked for the main, I don't even know what to call them, wrinkles, I guess. Looking for the main shapes. You're still just looking for shapes. You're looking for the shapes of wrinkles in the fabric. And like, this is okay. It's definitely not proportionally quite right, but that's okay. So we're looking at Murder Drones. It actually a show on YouTube. So far it has 6 episodes. Has anything inspired me lately? What has inspired me lately? Excellent question. Excellent question. Has anything inspired me lately? I don't know. I'm inspired to I recently had a video out where I was painting my memories from a recent trip, and that was really nice. Like, just like my experiences inspire me to draw. And I think that, like, as an artist, it's so important to have experiences and things going on in your life outside of your art, because that's where you find your inspiration and find fuel for your work. And so, yeah, just life, just, seeing a pretty flower that I like on a walk, or not that there are many of those right now because it's winter, but or memories, experiences, those sorts of things, but nothing super specific at the moment. And Colin asks, after drawing for so many years as a hobbyist, what keeps you inspired to keep sketching? That is an excellent question, because I have lots of different hobbies. I do a lot of things, but drawing's always been a consistent one. And I think I would attribute that to, like, always wanting to express myself in a visual way, and being able to communicate visually is something that's, I guess, really important to me. And also because for me, drawing isn't just about being able to communicate visually, but also just like me personally, it's kind of like a meditative practice. And it's always like for me, going on a walk is a meditative practice, but also drawing is a meditative practice, because I'm super focused on this thing and I get lost in my drawing brain, and then it quiets the rest of my brain, which is just really helpful for me. So that's also, why I keep drawing. It's probably a big reason that I keep drawing as well. So, okay, let me see if I can do some more damage to this dress. I'm really not sure if I want to include this shirt, but I feel like I have to include the hands to make the creases of the dress make sense, the skirt. What is the longest you've ever spent on one drawing or painting? That's a great question because I don't like spending a lot of time. I like to work on pieces where I can just sit down in one sitting and work on it. I don't really love having to come back to something a lot. So I would say there's one commission I did, an acrylic painting that was huge, and I forget the exact dimensions, but that one definitely took me like a few weeks, and I wasn't working on it every single day, but it was one that I was spending many hours on. So that was probably the most, just because of how big the canvas was. That's probably took me the longest project. Other than that, probably just like, I took one art class in my life, and that was in high school. And I probably took longer on those, like, final pieces. Like, there was a self-portrait that I spent hours and hours on. But it was only, like, 30 minutes a day during class. So it took me many weeks, but I don't know how many hours that was. So, in general, if I can't finish something in one sitting, it's not going to get done. Unless a class or a commission is forcing me to do it. That's how I operate. is the end result more important than the process when creating art, or is the process more important, and why? That depends on why you're making art. If the purpose of making art is to sell a finished product, then the way you make it doesn't matter, and it's just about, selling a piece of work that you created. Obviously, though, most artists would say that is not their purpose for drawing. So if your purpose is to communicate something, or to, to process something within yourself, or to just relax, or it could be any number of reasons why you create something. But that would affect whether or not the process or the outcome is more important. And I would hope that for most artists, they have a reason for drawing or painting that elicits the value of the process and not the final work. Because I think for me, ultimately the process is why I enjoy it. And then having like a fun piece to show people at the end is just like an added bonus. So that's how I would answer that question. And I don't know how I feel about how much shading I'm doing with the tulle part of the ruffly bottom. I don't know. Gotta keep working on it. Well, I think I'm going to be wrapping up here in a little bit. Well, thank you, HC Animation. I'm glad you liked the dress. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. I think the proportions are a little strange. Like the dress, the one I drew is like shorter than the actual one. I made it not long enough, kind of. But I call it a success. I think that's pretty okay. Part of me still wants to add some value to the tool underneath it, like that. But I'm not sure. It is so fun to watch you draw this stuff. It is a lot better than what I could draw. Well, it just takes practice. Anyone could draw like this. You just have to practice it. Haha. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope it was calming and just chill. That's my goal here. Just to have an excuse to draw. You all can keep me accountable to make sure I'm drawing more. They always say to draw every single day. Do I do that? No. Do any of us do that? Draw every single day? I don't know. We're gonna see if I want to have this value added to the bottom or not. So we've got just the white, or adding something to it. Guess I did put that on the same layer, didn't I? Not my intention. Is it anybody's intention? It always happens. Inevitably, as a digital artist, you will draw on the wrong layer. That is okay. I'm just looking for the ability to change this different from the others. So if it's all white, it's like that, but then I feel like the ruffles get lost. You can't really see them. So this is nice because then you can see that they exist. But is that too dark? Do I just make it super light? That's easier to see. Not that this matters that much. And then this is the moment when I'm hyperanalyzing all of it. Just, what am I doing? I don't know. Maybe I just make everything darker. Make the skirt darker. Make everything darker. You know what? Not bad. Not mad about it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that works. I just don't know if those ruffles are too light. Can you see the ruffles? Well, there we go. Did some pretty good clothing drawing today. You'll have to let me know which is your favorite. The shoes, maybe. This one I made super tiny, which does not help. Or one of these cute outfits might be your favorite, maybe. Or the big dress, which I think is my favorite actually. The more I look at it, I do like it. It's very cute. Feels very, 20th century, turn of the 20th century, I should say. Like, I don't know, 1900. Well, thank you for joining me. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for drawing some fun stuff with me. And I hope you were drawing too. Reminds you of the Victorian upper class. I know, that's exactly what it is. I feel like it's 1910. The dress, the overalls, and the shoes are your favorite. I do like the overalls a lot. And of course, I think I like the middle sneaker the best, this one. I like that it's like more in motion, in action, and not just sitting there like the other ones. Although this sort of thing on the bottom of the boot, those little like teeth, those just look really nice. They look very good. And I like the laces on this one the best. But anyway, this shoe. I like that shoe. I like all the shoes. And I like the dress. I just enjoy drawing clothing, and I'm glad you could hang out with me and watch my process for how I draw clothing. Let me know, what you want me to draw next. I'd love to do some more live streams. And yeah, just let me know what you want to see, and I'll do that. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful evening or morning whenever you're watching this. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!